What is up, everybody? This is Kemo bringing my first ever Grand Arena showing to YouTube. I've never done this before. It's my first time and wanting to do this for a while, and just excited to show my Grand Arenas and give this a change and kind of be able to learn from it for myself. But hopefully those of you that are watching can learn some things from it as well. I know a lot of these teams kind of feel stagnant over time, but maybe somebody can learn something and just enjoy watching other people's Grand Arenas. And so as you can see, my opponent has already gone, has dropped 2 battles, hence why the score is a little bit lower. And so that was exciting to see as I started my battles. Went really early, as you can see also. Was done within the first 35 minutes. And so I figured I'd go ahead and start off since my opponent has already attacked and showing you my defenses. So in the top front zone, as you can see, I put GG and Bug's team, both pretty standard. Was actually had the opportunity to watch these battles being attacked live. As I got on just to kind of scout and do some things that I do for Grand Arena, I saw that he was already attacking, so great. And so my opponent then dropped 1 battle on my GG, which was awesome, and then took out Bugs in 1 shot. As we moved to the bottom zone, I had my Darth Revan and Padme teams. I like to put a pretty good, decent defense, and so but dropped both of these in 1 shot. Was hoping to get a hold on one of those, but he saved some good teams for offense. And so my bottom back zone, as you can see, was Night Sisters and a Django Bounty Hunter team. Put Nest with Night Sisters, so just tried something new this time, not something I normally do, and it looked like it tripped him up. I was thinking he would probably use his Imperial and Troopers against my Night Sisters, so I figured I'm going to throw Nest in there to see if that maybe trips him up, and I'm assuming that's what worked because Nest was the only one remaining when I saw that this battle had dropped 1, which was, again, great to see. And then for my fleet, I put Negotiator, a 5-star in the back. It's not the greatest fleet. Not all the ships are all the way relicked up, as you can even see from my Padme team. But I just unlocked this one right before GAC started. So I've got both Negotiator and Malevolence. I know my opponent only had Negotiator, so he would have to keep his in order to do the battles against me. And so it was great to see that I had that advantage that way. And so took it out 1 battle, though, was not expecting it to get a hold, but great to see I got 2 battle leeway here, which is good to see what his defenses look like. Let's transition to his side. The top front zone, we've got a Crew Hux team and then a Bounty Hunter team, and so Hux will prevent any turn meter gain teams, but that's all right. We'll be able to look at that after we open up the back on the bottom. And so the bottom front team shows Night Sisters with GG, again, both pretty standard teams. As I was kind of planning out my attacks ahead of time before the Grand Arena started, these are all the same teams that my opponent generally sets, and so I was excited to see that the planning was helpful in this way. I've got a Old Ben Wampa Wat team that I used a lot in 3v3 that I'm trying to just expand and use for 5v5. Haven't used it against any relic characters before, so we're going to kind of do a test here to see if it works. I'm hoping it still does, because Night Sisters can be a pain if you don't take in the right teams. And so then GG probably taking in my JKR team. So let's get into the first battle. I started off with Night Sisters, and let's see how it goes. All right, so as we jump into this Night Sister battle, if you guys have ever seen this team used before or not, but you got to put that tank tech on Old Ben immediately, so that way all of the Night Sisters can only attack him. The biggest concern in this battle is Plague, because Plague prevents the cleansing. And so for Old Ben, he can drop quickly if I can't get him healed back up and get the Plague off of him. So that's why I also throw in Barriss and Hoda into these 2 teams. So that way I can heal them both up, heal up the entire team to make sure that they stay alive and aren't affected by Plague more than necessary. And so as you can see, that heal from Hoda there, super helpful to get my team healed up. I was able to resist the Plague there, which is great. Wampa just smacks. It's fantastic. And so I took out Talzin there, really the biggest threat on this team because of the Plague, and she can put out so much of it. And so from here, my goal is simply just to take out the rest of the team. Ventress is really the next threat. Doc is not a threat with Wampa because with a attacking tech on him, anybody he kills cannot be revived. And so Doc is really not a threat at all in this team at this point. I want to be careful how many people I kill because eventually her health will ramp up a lot. Might take a while to kill her, but not a big threat. As you can see there, the Womp from Wampa is just disgusting with a Relic 3 Wampa. I love that investment. So here, just trying to do my best to get back banners. Want to see if I can do the best banner-wise that I possibly can. And so I'm just kind of stalling a little bit, seeing if I can get Old Ben topped off. Looks like he's about there. And at this point, I think it's good enough. And so even, as you can see, I've done enough kills from other people. Doc has really ramped up in her health. and so stall a little bit longer to get that kill first, making sure the health and protection is all stacked up. Old Ben's just missing a smidge, but as soon as he can take a turn or that move from Harmut Yoda, that'll top him off, and so now everybody's got full health, full protection, ready to just smash a zombie to get this battle over for a clean 60 banner win, which is what I love to see in 5v5. And so there we go. All right, so this next battle is Jedi Knight Revan versus GG. I'm sure many of you guys have seen this battle before. This one I was actually a little bit concerned about getting all my banners back. I wasn't concerned about winning, but this GG team is only has two relics, GG and B1, and so when that happens, I find that it's actually less likely for me to get banners back because the team isn't as durable, which means that I can't get all my banners back in time before the battle is over because I've just finished the battle off too quickly. And so here I was just concerned about Jordica assisting too much, and so I wanted to remove his damage immunity, and then when that's gone, he can't assist on people's attacks. But here I'm even at the beginning trying to think, how can I make sure that I'm recovering banners? And looking back, I probably should actually just left Jordica alone. Even if he had popped off and gotten somebody, Savior hadn't been triggered yet. I've got Jolie in there as well, Relic 4. He's not going anywhere. Great investment. But as you can see, when I'm killing people, GG is doing some work. It was a pretty well modded and Relic GG. The problem is, again, like I said before, they're doing enough damage and there's not enough time in this battle because of how quickly everyone is dropping for me to recover banners. And so at this point, I'm trying to think, how can I recover these banners? And so just trying to do my best to spread buffs around and prevent any more damage, to call people to assist to recover protection. I'm looking at this point, it's like I don't have very many moves left. Droid battalion stacks are pretty low at this point. Everybody seems to be missing quite a bit of protection, and so my thought is to do what I can to recover banners. I know Jolie can call assist. Unfortunately, here I realized I was 2 moves away on Shock T for her healing move, which was unfortunate, but I was hoping I could maybe stall enough, but this team just gets so much turn meter, it takes so many turns, it just wasn't going to happen. And so as I'm continuing at this battle, again, 1 move away from it, only 1 hit left for B1, unfortunately, though. And so not the best banners for this match 55, but I'll take what I can get. All right, so this next battle is my Traya Triumphant versus Bugs. Pretty standard. I think that there's a chance I could do 2v5, but I wasn't really wanting to risk it. I knew that I didn't have to be super efficient in banners, just needed to be able to win all my battles in one shot. And so this one, I've got a Relic 2 Scion, so he can take quite a bit of a punch. With the only Relic on this team being GBA, wasn't worried about Spy one-shotting me. My crit avoidance was above what his crit chance was, so he had 0% chance to crit me, and so wasn't worried about dying there. And so this battle cleaned up pretty well. As you can see, I already took out Soldier just to make sure to get rid of the turn meter gains, but obviously didn't matter. Scion wiped them all out one shot and got 59. So I forgot to show the back zone when I opened it up, but as you just saw, I had the bug battle that I took my Trey team against, one shot that. This other team is the Newt Nest with a Watt combo as well, and so you CLS for this team right here. And so first thing first, got to take Watt out. Don't want him throwing tech around and reviving people. And then Dooku is the next biggest threat. He can get underneath protection, and thankfully my full Relic CLS team outside of R2 could take him out, no problem at all. I like this stealth Han because I know that he's got a lot of counter chance and can do some pretty big damage. Plus, with the guard, he can't be stunned or anything along those lines. Was not expecting Nest to drop in one shot there, but I was very grateful for it. So now I just got to be careful not to take too many turns before Django can get his turn off because I don't want him to get stuck in damage immunity. But figured I want to at least get... I shot him here. I was thinking I could maybe stun him. Couldn't remember if that would work or not. That looked like it doesn't work on him, but I was able to take Newt out once. I'm just kind of biding my time for Newt to come out of stealth and for Django to take his turn, which he just did there. So now I can just wail on Django, take him out twice, and then Newt will go down pretty quickly after he comes out of stealth. Unfortunately, he does a pretty decent job of stripping banners. That's why I went undersized here. But I thought, this still would do pretty well in banners. You can see I'm missing 3 here. I was hoping I'd get 1 back, but just couldn't get Chewie to assist enough. But 58 is not too bad. All right, now we're heading back up to the top. You can see the crew and boss teams. We're going to take out the boss team first. I like to use EP. A couple of things I like to use, but EP with Vader is a very efficient counter for this team. I did a little scout his boss initially. Got quite a bit of tenacity, around 120%, I think, plus the 50% bonus from his leadership. And so I knew I wouldn't get a lot of debuffs to stick on him, but I knew that my Thrawn was faster than his boss, so it really didn't matter. Just wanted to kind of go around, let Vader do his thing, just apply as many dots as he can, just wipe people out. Which is exactly what happened. I was hoping to get maybe a nice stun there, or Billy block, maybe could get a stun with Thrawn, but figured I'd just go ahead and fracture him anyways, lock him out of being able to do anything at all. Didn't get really any of those stuns to stick, which was super unfortunate, but thankfully this team has so much turn meter control, and with applying so many debuffs and killing people, it just gives so much turn meter to this team, which is what makes it so powerful. Was hoping I'd get through this entire battle without taking a single hit. Unfortunately, Grand Moff Tarkin got a couple hits there, but nothing that I can't easily cleanse up later. I wanted to take out Dengar before he could steal a bunch of banners with his thermal detonator throw, which was able to do. So at this point, it's just some minor cleanup, getting rid of Boba twice, and just making sure boss doesn't get a taunt or do something fishy or whatever. And so was able to just take him out pretty easily there. Just now working on boss, stalling just a little bit to get Tarkin all the way healed up. Making sure I get the full 60 banners. And so this was, again, pretty easy win. I had the ability block already, so I figured I could just stun, not have to worry about fracture, not getting a chance to top off Tarkin. Was able to do it right there. And so now I'm just finishing off Bosk as quickly as I can. Like to wait until I got him under fracture before throwing the saber, just in case somehow it doesn't kill him. I don't want him coming out and taking a turn, which would be super unfortunate. But since he's in fracture, it can take him out right there. And 60 banners, super easy win. Pleased with that. All right, so this last battle, I probably could have gone even more undersized, but again, just wanted to make sure I got the W. Gas versus crew, even though there's Hux in there to kind of prevent turn meter gains, Gas is just way too OP and doesn't really matter what this team is going to do. I'm going to just slaughter them as soon as I take a turn right here. And so drops the team very quickly, went from 5 to 1 in one move, and then counter got him as well. And so easy 61 banners. All right, so as it opens up the back, it was the fleet that I thought it was going to be, Tarkin with the Imperial ships. I thought about coming in with my Rebel fleet. I knew that would get better banners with the 7-star capital ship, but just didn't want to risk it with the anti-Rebel synergy this TIE bomber has. And so took in my Malevolence fleet. Hindsight, I probably should have at least tested it. Even if I had lost, I could have cleaned up with a full Malevolence fleet. But as you'll see, this fleet drops very quickly with all these buzz droids just going to town, doing the job that they always do. And so this is a very quick and clean battle. Not the greatest in banners. Malevolence isn't always. A lot of times they lose little banners here and there, but end up finishing with 61 points, and so I'll take it. And with that fleet win, it gives me a full clear score of 1747. Very efficient, over 59 points per battle. And so very happy with that score, and it got me the W as well. And so looking forward to my next matchup in this bracket and my continued search for Kyber. I've made Kyber in every single GAC season so far, and hoping that continues with this season as well. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you have, consider giving a like and subscribing to my channel. I'll be putting out more GAC videos out in the future, and maybe even more if you guys want to see different things. And so thank you guys for watching. Kemosabe will be signing out, and may the Force be with you.